Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Looks like everyone is ready for some action. The chat is blowing up. It says LA Miles said, oh no, futuristic kennels. Those picks were blowing up. I hope they are blowing up in a good way because Team Steam, we came out winners again. So what? I think you said about 8 days in a row now. We're on a pretty good streak. One day in there where we went just 500. So we're ready for the chat to give us some expert advice here today. I'm excited. We got some more NHL here today. How are you guys? What's new, Ramon?
Yeah, Mindy. Well, we do have we a little. I don't know. We're not necessarily late getting on with the show. We just come on a few minutes after, let people start to stroll in. But I don't know. We just kind of trying to prolong my time with you here because we don't have very much time together today with our card. Just
right. It's a little tiny short one today.
Baseball. We have NHL. Yeah, you mentioned it, and of course NBA action tonight as well with Game 2 between the Lakers and the Nuggets. So we'll talk about basketball and getting underway in hockey and our baseball, but I think we could get it done in just less than 45 minutes for sure. Thanks, everyone, for filing in here. Curtis opening the doors. And with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahne, I'm Ramon Scott, coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world in Las Vegas. And Mindy is rubbing it in today. But I'm not saying that I wasn't right or wrong. I thought the best team won the series between the Royals and the Padres. The Royals were the better team in the series. They were the better team yesterday. And I thought in the game yesterday, we saw the good things that the Royals can do when they are, playing together as a team. Yeah, they have some dysfunctionality. I mean, you got infielders running into each other. But still, I mean, clutch hitting. Vinny's the man, and the Royals were the better team. So hats off or on in this case, Mindy. The Royals beat the Padres 2-1 in our matchup of our teams. Good job, Royals. I mean,
right. Look at that.
I've already shown on every show.
World champs, 1985.
Hey, remember it like
no,
it was
not so long ago. I have to think back. How long ago was it now that they won? You probably know more than me.
Think of it like it was yesterday, and to me, some of my most, I want to say, Mindy, some of my best, I don't want to say memories or whatever, but yeah, I mean, they did a great job in that, World Series, certainly, but I remember
2015. That's what it was. 2015.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, don't forget.
I can remember.
Well, we don't want to slight that one. That we could bag on the Mets all we want. We probably will do it again later on, but they actually came through with some heart yesterday. But yeah, of course, I don't want to forget. You say 2015, it feels like yesterday that they won that World Series. Actually, man, that's a long time ago, 8 years.
It is, yeah.
Whatever, but I thought you were talking about, in '85, the, famous World Series against the Cards, because, I mean, it was the Missouri, the Show Me series, remember?
Right.
But I think back, actually, Mindy, just a little bit, I will say before your time even, but the games that they used to play the Yankees in the playoffs in the 70s, and it would be on the West Coast at 10 in the morning. And back then they showed the games on network TV, and I'd ditch school to watch the American League Championship Series. Those were great. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was a sports junkie.
In the way back, skipping school for sports. Yes, for sure.
But the Royals have, won the World Series twice, and Padres never have, and they never will. I have a new nickname now for the Padres. It's the worst team that money could buy.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
my new nickname. That's going to be, they always have like, at the end of the season, they show the team highlights. That'll be the, name of the highlight film. The worst team that money could buy.
Right.
Story of the Padres. So great job by the Royals to win that series. We'll say hello to everyone. We can also talk about, Mindy, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and we had that one right. We took the Miami Heat to get it done against Boston. We took the points yesterday and had that team steam winner. Great job, everyone. I know we were a little bit mixed, and Mindy and I threw the veto on there. There was support for Boston, but credit the chat as well. There was just as much support, I think, for Miami. It felt like maybe they were, influenced by our pick a little bit. I mean, that's what we're kind of here to do, is to make sure we get some of them right when there's a little bit of a toss up with our crew. So we did get that one right. Minnie, once again, other than the whole contribution of the Miami team, which again, I just, I know I'm beating it over and over again when talking about Spoelstra and his staff, but they just do things a little bit differently. A 12-point lead for the Celtics seemed like no problem for the Miami Heat. They stay with it, right? I mean, there's no panic. They use all their contributions, whereas the Celtics, maybe they do try to rely. Now, they have a complete, total balance of talented players, but it just seems like, they're not getting, taking advantage. And maybe that, again, I just feel like this coaching staff, because if you look at how Miami's ended up with, the mishmash kind of players. But again, they even were talking about last night, a guy like Kyle Lowry with that championship experience, a decent balanced roster. I've mentioned Max Strus. Look at the shots he hit in the game. They get it from different places with Miami. So they've already wrestled the home field advantage, the home court advantage from the Celtics. Do you think that? Well, we were on Miami, so obviously we give them a big chance in the series. I don't think I'm going to be on Miami every game, but do you think that this gives them the slightly upper hand now to be?
Sure. I mean, sure. I mean, whenever you have this, initial advantage, someone has to come back and win 2 right away. I always thought whenever, you're a good team, I'm like, no one's going to beat me twice, right? If I'm going into a doubleheader, I'm a good team. I'm not going to have, people beat me twice. So that's kind of how I would look at it. You now have this, Heat team that has this mentality that they could definitely go out there and win, perhaps one of the better teams, in the league. I mean, they've all made it here this far. It just so happens that, the Heat had to take a different route. I mean, if we were, going back and looking at this from the beginning, I wouldn't have expected this, 8th team to come out and, give the Celtics a run for their money yesterday. But as they kept going and gaining that confidence and going on, I think that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and if anything, for the Celtics, and you were talking about a little bit in our prep for the show, but you mentioned going in and beating, but Boston and even the guys on the crew, on the inside the NBA guys, we're almost stunned to hear that the Celtics have been, mediocre at home, but considering their overall record and where they stand as the number 1 team, that I'd have to say they play poorly at home because they should have a much better record at home. So I think that's kind of what went into it for me too. The Celtics, bizarrely, are a team that plays better with their backs against the wall, and they've done it to themselves now.
Right.
So we'll get to the Western Conference as well. Just say hello to everyone. I've already said, popped it up there on the screen. Thomas, Sue, Curtis, Nathan, Howard, and Ash. Cheryl and Bionic is here, and James here today as well. So he had his winners yesterday.
That's
we
right.
had winners.
Coming in with tons of winners. James Edward has been.
Gerardo here. I saw Gerardo last night. I couldn't comment in one of the chat rooms, but I was just running some errands there after the some of the evening action kind of got out of hand. Well, it was over. It was over. I was able to do some things over last night. With no sports really
I
late.
played poker, right?
Well, I was grocery store and things
Oh,
like that. So.
got your important, your actual, errands to run.
We said hello to Kia here today. Yep. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. We did have another winning day. LA Miles, thank you. And Darren here. I want to say hello to Corey Frayne.
Good to
Not
have
sure
you.
that we've had Corey here, but it looks like he knows what's going on. So it looks like Corey might be first time, long time. They used to say back in the day when you'd call in the radio show. Long time listener, first time caller.
Right, that's right.
So Blake here today. Maybe getting close to getting. Maybe the Rays will end up in Nashville one day.
That would be fun.
And let's see. So I think we've greeted just about everybody. We'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Troy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Curtis Mann, please report to
Is that you?
security, Curtis Mann. See how long we can get. See how long we can get last here.
Funny.
All right. A few more comments. Corey talking about the series last night. I called him on the money line, and so did a few others, of course. Angel did, I'm pretty sure, and I thought we had one or two others that were calling for Heat money line. Boy, talk about never panic. So, all right. Well, that didn't last long, did it? Some people just can't help themselves. All right. Keep on rapping. Hey, Luis is here today. And Matt D. The solo here also. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. And Curtis, gonna have to do better. Do a great job. But okay.
You just can't quit us, I tell you. Can't quit us. I don't blame him though. I mean, we give good picks, so
Right. I mean, you talk about. I guess I have to be fair. I mean, I want to say it's still a winning streak. I know we lost the juice that day, but it was a winner yesterday. We'll go to Tony's.
I mean, I think when we're 2-2, I think we're just a juice kind of day.
We'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Take a look what's going on with our team Steam picks. See what we seem to have a little bit of technical difficulty, Mindy, getting the loaded up money line here as well today. And his Rays, what happened? Mindy, the Mets actually ended up clutch in a game for once. They will be one of the morning games today. Mets come back to win in a wild game yesterday. Man, that was wild.
It was wild.
All right, let's take a look. Team Steam here and see the records. Nick Vartini was a perfect. Was that right? Did I see that right?
That is correct. That is correct.
7-0 yesterday. Collins continues to be hot. Did have 3 pushes there.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, imagine could have been 9-2.
Right.
Tiffany 5-2. Tony T 3-1. There's our mornings team at 7-5, and the VIP account Heavy Volume 5-3. Tim Irwin 2-1. For the week, there's our morning's team. So there you see. So it's a winning streak, whatever. We haven't put any losses up there. We're not crushing it, obviously. I don't want to but winning is winning, and
Right.
your mileage may vary. So you might be betting a little bit more than the $100 on the games, but that's still a profitable week there and beyond. I'll show you in just a moment. So we're up over a nickel over the last 7 days. Nick nearly a nickel. Ralph Raymond and Tony T is up. And there you see Ralph up 15.69 here over the last 30 days, and Nick as well in the profit. We're in the profit for the last 30 days, and so is Joshua Pope. So hang on to our premium picks. Absolutely, our best picks are over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. We're about to give you some free selections here on the show in just a moment, and these are complimentary free selections for Mindy and I. And if we agree, we're going to make them part of our morning steam package. And of course, you can subscribe to those picks. If you don't want to watch the show and just want to get the picks, you can do that over at Tony'sPicks.com. But we're going to give you those free winners and then come up with our premium picks right after that. Mindy and I are ready to go on those. Here's some of the packages available at Tony'sPicks.com. Tony T, 2 in Major League Baseball, 1 in the NBA. We know we're dealing with some day games here. In fact, the first one goes off in just 3 hours. Nick Vartini, a 3-pack in the major leagues. Daniel Walasachuk, a 3-pack. And Collins has a 5-pack, 3 in the major leagues and 2 in the NBA. And he's been pretty darn hot. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code. Click on the All Cappers tab. You can find all the handicappers over at Tony's Picks. We're on top there, actually, Mindy, for some of the algorithm as far as our winning is concerned. And you can click on the All Cappers tab and get signed up. All right, getting a few people more in here, and we'll get ready to get the show underway. Moneyline Mills got to hang out there as the comment there the whole time. Sean Money.
Straight money.
Sean, could you please see the gentleman over there standing by the door in the with the keys? We'd like to say hello to you. Hello, Rodney. Good to see you there. All right. All right, Mindy. Well, I guess we got to start. We try to get this done in a half an hour with these games. We'll start with the playoff sports here. So get ready, folks, and get your comments ready on the big games first. Today, we go to game 2 in the NBA to start us off, Mindy. And, I said after game 1, despite the fact that I could, or I don't want to say me, I'm just generally was going to be a push for most people or a Lakers cover. So
the Nuggets got that half a point when you put it in, pretty much. Yeah,
and the Nuggets, certainly were the team that was in position to get the money most of the game, but the Lakers resilient, coming almost all the way back, then staying well within the spread over the last several minutes of the game, getting several chances to even win the game, pulling to within just a basket or two. So here they are an underdog, of course, again, to the Nuggets. Spread just a little bit closer now after the Lakers showed great fortitude to stay in the game in game 1. Tony talked about the Lakers arriving early, getting acclimated. Well, they should be well acclimated now, having been there for 4 days here as we get ready for game 2 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Lakers, in that first game, but I felt like the Nuggets really controlled this game, throughout. I know that the Lakers came back, but I kind of felt like that was more of this Denver team kind of, taking their foot off the gas, more or less, right? I mean, Jokic, he's just so good on both sides of the court. I think Murray's probably feeling better from his little bit of being under the weather there. The Lakers still kind of always struggle a little bit on the road. I mean, they're not going to get this far, by being a bad team, but I think this is a place where the Nuggets get this one here for sure. They are 10-4-1 their last 15 meetings here between the two. I like the Nuggets here to win and cover this one.
All right, Mindy, after being on the Lakers in game 1, will be on the Nuggets in game 2. Let's take a look and see what the chat has to say. I'm just floored by Ash's comments. Thank you so much. That's great. Gerardo on the Lakers and the money line here. Blake on the Lakers. I have a feeling, Mindy, after hearing that she is on the Nuggets, I'm not surprised that the chat is willing to still stay on the Lakers, if you will. It did feel like. What do you think the chat did last game? It felt like they were Lakers last game for the most part, I thought.
Well, that was our day off, so I'm not quite sure where everyone was at.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't catch like the Discord or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. Now that I think of it.
You know what I mean? So we just kind of talked about it a little bit, privately or whatever. But I think it's I mean, I kind of expected more Denver, especially at home. But I don't know if that's how the chat felt first game.
No, I just forgot it was Tuesday actually, so I don't know what I was thinking there actually. Other than the fact that like you said, well, I was on Denver in the game, so I guess I was maybe like I said, I just felt like that Denver, like you said, maybe they were in control and let the Lakers. Great effort by the Lakers, really.
Sure.
To come in. Oh, hello to Tyrone here today. Thurman, thank you for your comments today and your other picks as well. He's got the Nuggets game to go over in this one, Mindy, and I flopped on both the first 2 games. I'm always going to almost always lean under, and even what I said yesterday, I came in with a premium on the under, and that was I don't want to say that taking the Heat money line made up for a premium. That's never going to be the case. But nonetheless, the way the games went for me, the totals, the pace was not as I was expected. So I think that what Thurman here saying he's on the over, I'm going to be on the over. I'm switching sides. I'm coming back with the over in this one tonight. Mindy, yeah, I'm always looking under in the playoffs, but tonight I'm going to be over in this one. I'm sold after what I saw. Yes, I do believe, and just like I said with the Heat series, and maybe it's just what you would think. I think there'll be more defense with each game that goes along. I was floored by last night's result, absolutely stunned. But it doesn't surprise me that that's the way that Miami ended up playing the game. I mean, it obviously was the way to go. I mean, they were trading points rapidly there through the second and third quarters with no problem. Corey here, Lakers, and he might even looks like a first half there. Or you also mean maybe he'll look at the game when it comes to halftime. LA Miles says Denver at home is cash, Mindy. Howard says Denver. And Solo likes the over as well. I just feel so square, but I'm doing it. I'm going over. Corday on the Lakers. So Mindy's there's some Denver, but it's a lot of Lakers.
Yep.
And Corey, great comments. Good to have you today. Appreciate it. Looks like a great background there. Solo says sprinkle the Lakers money line. And James with his comments says Denver will lose game 5 at home. So that would be key at that point. I mean, when you get to that when you get to that. So is that, James, you mean the home teams are going to hold serve through the first 4 games, and then the Lakers come in and win game 5? Mario, Lakers money line and under. And Thomas, does that mean you're going under, or Sean Money?
I'm just predicting what Ramon would say.
Sean Money. It's Sean Money's new. Sean Money. Lakers money line. What does Nathan say here? I like Nuggets first game. He liked the Nuggets in the first game, leaning to a closer game, but he is going, I believe, with Denver here in game 2. So willing to lay it here, Mindy. I just felt like the Lakers, the fact that they were down and then continued to close the gap late. Maybe they'll be fatigued if that's what you got and that's what you folks on Denver are thinking. So that's what I felt like there, Rodney. The Lakers maybe figured it out. And that's a little bit of a problem with the Lakers when their shooting is not there. So, okay, great. Nathan says Denver gets blown out next game when they get to LA. FKD, Lakers, and the under. All right, Mindy, I'm on the over. You're on Denver.
I am, yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody, enjoy the game tonight. Game 2, Denver leading, of course, 1-0. And like I said, Lakers ended up getting the money, I thought, for most. I don't know. Just depends when you got it.
Yep.
I ended up with a push. I'm timing the market properly. I mean, I'm not properly, didn't win, but I mean.
Yeah, you thought you got the better of the number, right?
Right.
I mean, you did get the better of the number. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll get to hockey now. Just want to mention they've teed off, I believe, at the PGA Championship.
That's right. You're ready to go.
So if you got rolling on that, you can still get on some plays. I did put in some futures, Mindy, to it's easy. I think the chalky players certainly. You think of the way we've every tournament. You think of John Rahm. But again, these guys are 8-1 to win an elite tournament like this. So it just feels a little bit too chalky to get on these 8-1s, Rahm and Scheffler. So my plays for the tournament, which these numbers are pretty much still widely available. I'm on maybe this is kind of reverse order, but just a handful of golfers on outright to wins. Matt Fitzpatrick, 30-1. Colin Morikawa, 25-1. You probably can get a little bit better price than these. I'm just trying to give the worst price possible, so you'll feel confident. DJ 25-1 as well, and Patrick Reed 100-1. That's it. That's my 4 golfers, and maybe I can get into some profitable situations. And if you have some golfers, let me know. Also, they're about to go first serve in Italian Open men's semifinal action with Hanfman and Medvedev. Quarterfinal action, Hanfman and Medvedev. Medvedev, big favorite there, 240 later on. Tsitsipas and Cork. All right, Mindy, in hockey tonight, it's game 1 of
Here we go.
I mean, who would have thunk it?
I would not have.
Here we are.
I would not have.
The Panthers and the Hurricanes. Well, looking at it now and the way the two teams are played, it does look like a pretty good series. Might not be the prettiest series. I don't know. I'm not talking about the markets of the teams. Certainly, I think it's fine. But just the fact that we've lost some of the no Boston Bruins, no.
Right.
I don't want to throw Toronto in there, but it was such a big story, with their momentum and everything. But how we've ended up in this situation: Panthers and Hurricanes tonight, game 1, Eastern Conference.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and go here with the Hurricanes. I'm going to go with the home team here. I know that this Panthers team has been really hot. They've been playing well on the road. They got some of those road victories. But the Hurricanes are 5-1 in the playoffs at home here so far. They've scored 40 goals in the playoffs while just giving up 28 behind this good goalkeeping. I think I'm going to go Hurricanes here, Ramon, on the money line.
And so's Blake, and so's Takia. Look at Takia's awesome avatar. She changed it. You can see her. Hi, Takia. It's great to have you. Also, thank you to Alec Eifel, a regular of ours, bringing in a play on the Preakness for Saturday. How about in the Black Eyed Susans, Alec? We need something for tomorrow. And James Edward. Wow, Mindy. you didn't have to even start your commentary before a couple of people are chiming in here already with the Hurricanes in this one. Howard, defense, defense, defense. Gerardo, yeah, it's going to be juiced up if you take the under. And obviously, there's some 5.5s out there as well that can get you some plus money. I'm sure a lot of people can play it at whatever they want. But Mindy, here's Alex says the line should be closer to 120 and 130. He wants to go Canes and thinks the line is too high. In fact, now I've also seen. I saw $1.45 now at a couple of books, but it's okay, huh, for you?
145. I mean, I don't think that's terrible. I mean, I think I think the Hurricanes are the way better team in this matchup.
Okay. Looks like oh, here's Mario on the Panthers. So there's a little bit of Panther support.
Right.
And Takia says she likes the under. What do you think? I'm on the under. I'm giving out the under. That's what I'm doing, and I'm giving it out at 6. You saw what Gerardo said, 6 under 25. There are probably some, 6 under 20s out there. I think I'm pretty much seeing, though, a pretty heavy market move now, even though I even have it on screen there at 5.5 over 25, because I think that's generally where the market is now, and that's what I will grade it on. But I think I'm gonna find to buy it up to 6. And hey, in a playoff game, I'm going under every number. That's just the way it is. I'm gonna take my wager, whatever it is, if it's 100, if it's 500, if it's a dime, whatever your play is, and you're in a game like this. Don't just sit on the edge of your seat. I mean, unless you just love the thrill. I guess that's part of gambling, right? I want to say, back to Doyle Brunson a little bit. We like as gamblers. No one's ever gonna maybe admit to it, and but as gamblers, they say we like the pain of the losses just as much as the thrill. The dopamine of gambling, right, Mindy? A little bit. When you lose, maybe it motivates us a little bit too. But so I want to be in the whole way. So if I'm taking it under, like I am here, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under 4.5. I'm gonna go under 5. I'm gonna go under 5.5. I'm gonna go under 6. I'm gonna go under 6.5, and I might go under 7. So you can balance it out, and I say put more on the higher numbers and less on the lower numbers, and then you're just in it the whole way. You're just rooting for defense, and you can do that. Not if you're like back in the day when I used to go down there to Tijuana as like a 19-year-old betting $20 because that was a lot of money back in the 80s or something, but and drinking beers and stuff. But seriously though, why not make sure that you're in for what you think is a maximum, spread it out a little bit, and that way you can still hang on if your play gets away a little bit in a game like this where you might go a little bit heavy. Eastern Conference Finals. So we did see a little bit of support for Florida. Maybe Mindy gets the gist of how I've pivoted to the total here. So maybe I'm going to be opposite most of you guys on the Panthers here today. But we'll see. If you see it in a premium, you'll know. If not, you'll see it in a free play somewhere along the line. So Alex says he's got his numbers in this one. Mario says Panthers are playing strong. There's no doubt. I mean, that's how we got to this position. So Gerardo, Gerardo is. I still think you can get. I don't think 6.
Minus 125. So he just
for sure. I mean, there's no, but it does seem like maybe it's funny because I mean, you think of is the public really going to be on an under at all ever, right? And I'm showing the tickets, pretty much even, but all right. Thank you, Corey, for great comments today. Solo's got his golf picks, and he's on the Panthers as well. So there is a little bit of support for the Panthers, and Nathan says Hurricanes. Mindy's on the Hurricanes, and I'm on the under. Mindy, the Hurricanes going to win this series, you think?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I think.
And we'll get to the Western Conference tomorrow.
So, Ramon, are the Panthers going to win this one? What do you think?
I don't know if they are, but I do think that stealing a game would be obviously important. We've talked about. I mean, we've talked about. I mean, I think that's one of the storyline of the postseason has been the road teams being able to get it done for whatever reason. Maybe that maybe in today's weird sports world, the road is where you want to be. It used to be, you wanted these home games, and the way these like the basketball teams really, don't want to get these good records during the regular season. They end up having to play on the road, and maybe that's better.
I don't know.
And it just feels like the hockey teams, when we've seen some of these series, talking like in the Western, with the road teams winning and stuff, like
I do think the only way the Panthers kind of have a chance is if they get this one, right? I mean, they got to get this one. But I just don't know if they do. But I mean, it's kind of like the Heat, right? They got to go out and get that first one.
Yeah, set the tone. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys, for your comments on the playoffs. Enjoy that game tonight. And a little bit, like with someone, we're under with one game on one day. Now the games overlap, but that's okay. We don't have many games left in basketball and hockey, so we'll take it. We'll watch them at the same time. Okay, let's get to baseball today, Mindy. These are some day games, some early day games today in Major League Baseball, and a short card. Bummer.
Yeah, super short. 6 games.
Yeah. Just like last Thursday, I thought, or maybe it was even.
Yeah, there was more though on the last Thursday, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, 6. That's short.
Oh, one more from Rocco. Strong leans to the Hurricanes. All right. Okay, Mindy, your Angels This is a getaway day here. These two are involved in a series, so the Angels are on the road here against the O's, and the O's have Wells, and the Angels have Anderson here. This one, though, I'm showing it is the Orioles, a favorite at minus $1.50. Let me make sure that's right. Oh my gosh, it's even a little bit higher now. So we're just seeing pretty steady movement on the Orioles here. I thought it opened as low as $1.40 or so, and I'm already seeing $1.60 in a few places here. I don't think it's an overwhelming domination pitching matchup. Well, maybe the Orioles at home. It's getaway day. Let's get it from a expert or an Angels correspondent, Mindy Hahne.
Well, I mean, I think Tyler Anderson has been doing a little bit better here for the Angels than what his record says. Right now, his ERA overall 5.26. But if you look at Tyler Anderson here on the road, he's at 3.97. But you got Tyler Wells is also doing well, 2.1 ERA at home. So there might be a little bit of an edge to this Orioles team. But I kind of take a look at the Angels on the run line. That's where I'm going to go here with this one. They are 14-10 on that run line on road games here this season. They are playing pretty well on the road, 6-2 straight up. I just kind of like some of these splits for the Angels versus right-handers. 255, 751 on base percentage. Taking the Angels here on the run line today.
All right, we got some Orioles support from the crew. Luis is on the Orioles. Darren is on the Orioles. Let's see what James is saying here. He's taking the Angels with. He says everybody's on the O's. Yeah, he says he's going to be playing a lot of dogs. The Rocco's got some. I'm going to need a minute here. Let's see. Oh, he takes the Orioles -1. It says he's had a real good feel for this series. So do you like that, right? I mean, as a handicapper, when even if one team has won 2 of 3 or the first 2 of a 3 game, or even if it's gone 2-1 and you've gotten them all right, and now you're going to maybe the team that hasn't won 2 of 3, or maybe even lost 2 of 3. But if you had it right and now you're going with the other team, you feel confident as a handicapper a lot of times when you are doing that, as long as you had picked the winners of the first one. So usually you don't say like, well, should I go with them? You just feel like the series. I've been, let's see here.
I don't understand.
I
Siri,
don't understand. Siri.
Okay.
Oh my God.
For Siri,
Oh my God,
Siri is freaking out right now.
Well, she just interpreted it. Did anything come up? I know we've tried to, get rid of the potty humor in our, some of our, but she interpreted something I said that was a very naughty word. Did you guys hear anything?
I didn't.
I was like in a panic because she was giving me, I think, instructions on how to maybe, like I needed KO pectate or something. Okay, that was embarrassing. What did I say that got Siri going?
Oh, goodness.
I didn't say Siri. Did I say serious? Did I say?
I don't know what happened there. That was wild.
Okay, just a few more comments. Oh gosh, Bionic on the Orioles here. And CTG joining us today, says first 5
Hey, good to have you.
Orioles.
Live from Japan.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe CTG, CTG never, well, it's, kind of early to get on. I don't know, do you even follow, Japanese League Baseball? I'd be interested in knowing that, because I like to dabble in Japan League. So.
Oh, that's what it was, Ramon. It was, you said series. That's what Corday said. So once you said series.
But then it said series, and then the anatomy word for butt, the A word, and not the 4-letter word. I mean, I was looking at it right here. She was going to give me instructions on flatulence, on dealing with. Oh my God! And CTG, and Mindy, your picks give me the chills. I think that's a good thing.
Goodness.
Okay, Takia on the Angels. Well, it's fun, and I'm kind of, we talk about the potty, and then I hear Tony always talking about with the other channel, the guy giving the morning, the JB, one of our favorite guys, doing he calls it his video release, the morning drop, and then Tony gets a big laugh at it. Tony, cut it out. All right, Takia, Angels and under. JD says going under here. I'm going under. Mindy is my pick. And take the under in this one. All right, we're just having some fun today with this
I guess.
card. Yeah, Mindy on the Angels. I'm on the under here. So, James, thank you. I mean, this one is a lesson that everybody could learn, right? Set your number and stick with it. I think is what we're saying. I mean, look at Mindy. She always comes with her report, and I've heard her pivot. When a number is too big. So just stick with the number, with your number, with what you feel, and that's when when you're on that dog. That's when you feel like you've been vindicated in your research. All right, you guys. Here we go. Next. Nationals and Marlins today. More matinee action here on Getaway Day. These two teams. Mindy, for the Nationals, Williams here. He's been pretty profitable so far, going up here against Yuri Perez, touted prospect, but they did lose in his first game. But Miami's a big favorite here. But I'll say, unlike the other game, the move's been on the Nationals here. I thought Miami opened as high as maybe $1.60-ish or so, and now they're down to $1.45. And this total is certainly dropping here a little bit. It's at 8 flat. I think it opened about 8/20.
Well, I like the Marlins here today. I mean, I feel like Trevor Williams has just not played well here. On the road, 5.66 ERA 1.7, home runs per 9 innings here. You talked about Yuri Perez, one of the, top prospects here for the Nationals. But he did only allow 2 runs, struck out 7 against the Reds. So it's one of those, like, I think that he maybe found a little bit more of a groove, maybe a little bit more comfortability, I think, here. And the Nationals team has not been, particularly dangerous. They are scoring more right now than what they had been. They're, sitting at 4.90 runs of offense while giving up 4.10 runs on defense. But I do like the Marlins here today. I'll take them here. Minus about what, 145 now, you said?
Yeah,
I like that even better.
Yeah, like I said, that's definitely, I feel like, and I don't rehash this information just for people who just new to our show or whatever. When I consider value, I would consider Miami as the value side here because I don't think we've seen any lineups. We don't think of any injuries. I don't know of any that would affect the line in this game. It looks like just a move, to the Nationals. Maybe because this is a closer series than Nationals starting to play a little bit better, certainly. And Miami, we know they've been a clutch team so far. They are big time clutch performers. And here's Bionic on the Marlins, but I consider the Marlins the discount side. A lot of times people say, "Oh, value is on this side," and they say that because they like the game, which is fine. They might consider it value. To me, value is the line movement itself. Am I paying a discount on the price as if I was going to a store and buying Miami Marlins, and they were $1.60 last night, and I came back to the store today, they were $1.45. I've got some value. Here's Rocco with a prop on Yuri. I mean, remember, Yuri's just a kid. I mean, he is the what was it, the youngest starter in Marlins history.
Right.
And Jose Fernandez was the other one, and Jose Fernandez, he was a legend. He was a great superstar, and we lost him.
Unfortunate boating accident, right?
Imagine what kind of career that dude would have had. I mean, all right. Here's Nationals sprinkling the run line here. James Edward against you a little bit, and JD says, "Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of these teams right now, I think." And James says maybe more line movement. Here's Solo on the Marlins with you. Takia says under. That's the way I'm going. I like the under. I like it at 9. Make no mistake. 8.5 would make me actually uncomfortable. So not a strong feel for me in the game here. All right. Oops, Bionic I'm getting ahead of us here. Bionic's ready to go to the next game.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, because Mindy's on the Marlins and I am on the under. All right.
It is a big game, though, right? I mean, everyone's excited for whenever the Rays play.
Well, and after last night, I mean, the Rays, a rare choke job yesterday. Actually, they were clutch in a way because the Mets kept coming back and the Rays kept taking the lead. I don't know. What was this? It was like 2-1. It was like 2-1 going into the 9th inning, and the final score was 8-7 or something like that. Maybe it was 3-2. You guys correct me. It just felt like it was a low-scoring game the whole way, and then it just blew up, and then home runs were leaving the yard, and the apple was popping up, and finally Alonso hit the 3-run home run. So the Mets, we can make fun of them. They still have bats. The pitching should be better. The Mets should be better, but they did beat the big bad Rays in exciting fashion yesterday. In that game.
Yeah, I mean, so I think, it is the Rays. I think they come back today. I like where it sits. Just a little bit of, I feel like I don't ever get the Rays at minus 115. I have a, Taj Bradley right now, a 0 ERA here on the road. McGill also pretty good, 1.27. That would be his whip. 3.38 ERA at home. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of one of those spots where the Rays come back and give it to the Mets here in this one. Taking the Rays.
All right, Blake's
Tennessee Rays. Yeah, I mean, McGill has those walk issues too. So, yeah.
Well, and the thing is about the Tennessee, there's Bionic on the Rays and Blake on the Rays, Darren on the Rays, Nathan. I think that's a fish. So that's his
It's his Tampa Bay Rays side. It's a puffer fish.
But so Blake says the Tennessee Rays, and I'm not going to doubt Blake, but man, the Nashville Sounds are such a great name. They've got to be able to wrestle that name from the minor league team if it happens and go, and go with the Nashville Sounds. How can you not?
How can you not?
Mm-hmm. Luis will be on the Mets. So I'm with you, Mindy. We got our first pick.
Hey, did we do it?
I'm getting nervous there. We've only got like 3 or 4 games left. Taking an hour here of your time. Thank you so much, my friend. All right. We're on the Rays here, Mindy. I like the Rays. You like the Rays. Taj Bradley, I mean, don't forget, been okay so far for sure, right? So, all right. We're on it. Here we go. With the Guardians are going to take on the White Sox. And, well, Mindy, we were wondering yesterday a little bit. I'm not, going, teasing you about your pick on the Guardians. I gave out the White Sox on a video play, but here they are again favored, right? I mean, maybe you'll be on the Guardians. I don't know, but we'll see what you have. But the move was right. The line was right yesterday. The Guardians are obviously having a little bit of problems right now as well. White Sox probably better than their record indicates so far, but they've been pretty bad. So the fact that they're favored again kind of says, like, what's wrong with the Guardians right now?
Well, I think, I watched Clevenger pitch, right? He's all herky-jerky and, hitting batters. I think he just kind of kept this Guardians team like he was so wild and crazy that I think it, took those batters off their game. I think it was more of a Clevenger, pitching pretty well. I mean, well, because it was exciting. I don't know how you want to say how he pitched, but I mean, I think he did well enough to keep those batters, off their game. The Guardians, I know they've struggled. I'm going to come back with them here, again today. I think they bounced back here behind Allen. I think he's been pitching pretty well here. He's done a good job of keeping the ball down, not being able to get hit, out of the yard here. And then Cease, he's still 0-2 in his last three starts here with a 6.5 ERA. I'm going to go ahead and take the Guardians here again, and you can yell at me again tomorrow for my pick.
Well, yeah. Look, it's funny now. I mean, Cleveland's fallen to 4 games under 500. The White Sox are still 12 games under 500, but they have just 3 fewer wins than the Guardians at this point. So I'll take the under in this one. I feel really not great about it at 7.5. There were some 8s out there, but it's definitely 7.5 all over now, all over the place. So Luis will be on the White Sox here. James Edwards says Cleveland good on the road. They're 10-11 overall, but they were good earlier, and now they're starting to slip a little bit. But still, I don't mind 10-11 at this point. LA Miles on Cleveland. Corey's actually from the South Side. It's here.
Nice.
Hopefully, this is a good.
That's the only park I've been to in Chicago is Comiskey.
Let's get Mindy to Wrigley.
Right.
JD says, hope for a pitcher's duel and an under. Let's be more confident, JD. If you're going under, you're going under. I'm going under. 7.5, about as low as it gets these days, as I said, here in the major leagues. We're not seeing many 7s these days. The bookmakers have adjusted. The runs are up. It's a fractional, but I mean, it's it is what it is. Guardians money line for Fernando, it looks like. Oh, he's not going to play it, though. Maybe he likes the over. Bionics on Cleveland. All right, James, great. And CTG maybe over here. And Miles says, could be a sweep, but I think Cleveland could save it. White Sox for Solo. White Sox for Takia. Darren says White Sox for first 5 and full game. Freaky Tweaky here today. Cease has been terrible. Yeah, last 6 starts, 7.5 ERA. So, and James Edward going over. He says the bats will come out hot today. Okay, well, I'm on the under. Mindy's on the Guardians. All right. Oh, thank you, Fernando, sending us some soccer today. Appreciate it. Check it out, everybody in the chat. All right, Mindy. These guys probably just want to get done with this series a little bit. I mean, every game is, they say they're going to try to be cooler next game, and they still get into like shouting matches. They're trying to say, oh, we respect each other. I'm thinking they don't like each other. And I'm sure a lot of their frustration has to do with the Tampa Bay Rays. But the Yankees and the Blue Jays will wrap up their series here in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here today. I think Barrios has been a little bit better than, Cortez. Cortez has been pretty dominant here if you take a look at him over the last couple of years. But I feel like he's kind of having a little bit of a down year here so far. And Barrios, I think, is kind of maybe turned the corner here a little bit. Yankees are 44 for 152 against Barrios here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays today.
Yeah, you see the $1.25 there, Mindy, and now it's even lower here. It looks like the Blue Jays. Now, here's the caveat on this: Vladimir Guerrero is probably going to miss maybe another game here. It looks like. Let me see. Maybe we can. Oops. I've lost you. Oh, there you are. I lost you, Mindy.
Don't lose
so maybe here, maybe the injury to Vladimir Guerrero is what's moving this line. Let's see if I have his status for the game today. Questionable is what he is in this one, and Vladdy's a guy you want in there. I mean, he's a 300 hitter, so. James Edward pointing out a little bit of discrepancy. I'm starting to see $1.20s offshore, so we are getting the value. That make no mistake where I am at with Mindy. We're on the Blue Jays. In this one, here's Bionic on the Jays. Luis likes the over. I approve. And Darren says he leans to the Yankees, but he has the Nerfy. And James Edward on the Blue Jays as well. We're on the Blue Jays. Mindy, give us play number 2.
Right,
another one here. Takia, though, likes the under in this one. All right. We got one more chance here to get a 3-pack out of this. And maybe it's, Cardinals are bad, but, it is here the Dodgers and the Cards. Wainwright, we saw him get pushed back here. Going up against Urias, and in this one, the Dodgers on the road, $1.50, maybe even $1.55. The move has been to the Dodgers here a little bit, and this total now is up to almost a 9 flat. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of move to the over. The steam came in on the over.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Cardinals here on the run line today. I'm going to take them getting the plus 1.5 runs, sitting at about a minus 130 here. It's one of those that Urias just hasn't been like his self. Maybe a little bit the last game. I think he was, pitching a little bit better. And then he was also getting a little bit more run support. But suddenly you have a Cardinals team that's hitting the ball, right? I mean, they're scoring 5.45 runs of offense while giving up a 4.95. They have the better bullpen right now as well. I'm going to go with Wainwright, even though he kind of maybe had a little bit of a, not too great of a start here. I think he's going to come back and contend here in this one. Taking the Cardinals on the run line.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with Wainwright. I think they just, he took the extra day. They took the extra day. Remember, he's kind of coming back, so that's fine. Nothing there. Yeah, Urias has not been, you know, what we've expect from him at this point. But then again, he can go out there on any. We've already seen him have strong performances as well. So I'm gonna take the over though in this one. Don't feel too great now that it's at 9, but obviously that's where the move is here, I believe. And yeah, these two definitely trend a little bit over. And that's where I'll go with this one over. So we've got a couple of plays today. You can't expect much.
8 games, yeah.
Yeah, we're on 25% of them, just like we're
There you
supposed
go.
to. Like when we first started doing it, we said we should be. I was trying to explain to or try to judge with Minnie. She's the one with the numbers expertise, and I said, well, it should be 25%. And then we thought, well, but maybe we're professional handicappers. We should be on the same side more frequently. So we thought, yeah, maybe we would be on there. And maybe we are. Maybe we are. Maybe, what do you think? 32.5%, maybe?
Well, I think sometimes higher than that because, I mean, if we're looking at, 15, 16 games, sometimes we're on 12. So we might always, boost that up a little bit higher. We might be getting close to like 40%.
Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. There you see Team Steam. Profitable yesterday, profitable for the last 7 days. And yeah, we got profit for the last month. We want more. And thanks to you guys in the chat for your great comments today. Appreciate you, Mindy. We'll get out of here. Hopefully you guys got winners today. Enjoy the games tonight. And great to see all the comments there in the chat. Let's get those last ones up there. Hey, Burley has the Dodgers on the run line. And James says the Dodgers are winning this one. Come on, Mindy. Well,
Hey, the Dodgers might. Like I said, I got the Cards getting a run, so we'll see.
Yeah, we will. All right, we'll be back with you guys a little later on as well. Don't forget to join us on Game Day Picks today, and we'll be there in a few hours. But we got these early games, so if you're on our packages, stand by. Mindy and I are coming. Okay, Curtis says, give us those 2 picks, Mindy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Doing it right now. MLB.
There were just 2 of them. Here it is.
Braves, Blue Jays.
Oh, those are Corday's picks. I thought Corday typed in our picks for us, but no, those are Corday's picks there. Thanks, everybody. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Mindy and I and our 80 friends.
That's right.
All right.
Good way to start the morning, Ramon. Good way to start the morning.
Yep, and we had some fun today because of our card. A real bummer. Man, what are we gonna do? Fortunately, we got maybe some action all day, and yeah, the PGA Championship, pretty exciting to have one of the big tournaments right now. So, all right, everyone, thanks a lot. We'll be with you again tomorrow for more morning steam. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
I'll get us out of here.
That's shot.